Hi, I'm KB with The Beat. How are you?
Hi, KB. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. So I absolutely adored this film. Like, what a journey did we go on? And so I noticed that every single adversary that Sam and all of the librarians faced were all men. So can you talk a little bit about that being a deliberate choice in the writing and in the directing?
It just felt right. I mean, this genre goes way back to the silent era and to film noirs and to samurai movies and to spaghetti westerns. And most of the times, it's men who occupy these genres, and both on the villain side and both on the protagonist side. And once I understood this movie is a feminine movie, it's a movie about women, it was very obvious this is the path they should take. And yes, both the family of McAllister and the firm are being controlled by men, which felt very, very right. Like it felt natural that they would be run by men who holds the power. But at the same time, you have Paul, which is a bit more complicated. He's a father figure. He's been torn between his loyalties to the firm he's been working to Sam as and her kind of stepfather. So from the get-go, it was obvious that this is how it's going to be, and this is the journey they're going to take. And yes, those are going to be the villains. I must say that in a different perspective, Sam does a couple of bad things to other people that maybe she's the villain. I mean, this whole universe is of assassins, is of of killers, of hitmans, and none is a saint. But yeah, it's from the get go. It was obvious that this is going to be the movie.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that because I do think that by the end of the film, we really see Sam kind of take some of that power, right, for herself that, is naturally inhibited by the men before. And I saw a lot of different influences. One being I could see a little influence of Quentin Tarantino in there. So can you talk a little bit about like what other films kind of inspired you in writing the script and in your directing style?
Absolutely. Like I said, I think it all starts from film noirs. It's the hired killers. It's the contract killers who lives in this world where there's a restaurant they can go and eat their meal in peace because it's a restaurant that they know it's for outlaws, it's for criminals, it's for the underworld, it's their joint, it's the club that they go to, it's their weapons vendor. They know they need a gun. That's the guy to go, and they need a place to stay. There's safe houses. So, starting from film noirs and Hitchcock and Joseph H. Lewis and Robert Siodmak, who, been in from the 30s, 40s, and you go on into Sergio Leone's and then to Akira Kurosawa, and you move on to Jean-Pierre Melville with his La Samurai, and later on with Michael Mann and his professionalism repertoire. That world of underworld, that world of codes and laws that are different, but it's like in this parallel world that outlaws and villains are living. That was fascinating for me, and I feel like I'm sitting on the shoulders of giants that came before me, and this is my little homage or little interpretation to that genre that we've been obsessed with since the dawn of cinema.
Well, you know what? I think it's a really great interpretation. And I'm hoping that we get to see more in this cinematic universe because there's so many other directions you can go with these women assassins and all of just everything that they bring. So thank you so much for chatting with The Beat. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kirby. Thank you so much.